Hi, this is Tim from UK Home Gym, your home for UK-specific independent home gym tips and advice. And today, as we get towards the end of the year, the year's coming to a close, and I think this is a time of introspection, looking forward to the future, and maybe thinking about what we could do better in the future. And I want to wade into like a sort of, I don't know if it's an online discussion or anything like that, or if it's just something that I've seen, a behavior, a piece of advice that I've seen given, I see given very frequently online, that I'm not sure I'm very comfortable with, and I think could be improved upon. And that is it's a piece of advice always directed to a group of people I would like to call confused young men. And that advice is just go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym, bro, that kind of thing. And it's, often there'll be, I'll come across this on Reddit or something like that, or maybe on Twitter X or something like that. Or, maybe you'll see like a YouTube video from, one of these self-improvement gurus or whatever, and no matter where they come from on the kind of spectrum of self-help or whatever, motivation, whatever, they always seem to give this one piece of advice: go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym. And I just want to sort of zoom in on this expression and maybe see if we can maybe improve upon it and see if it really is good advice. Now, go to the gym, I guess what they mean is, lift weights, do resistance exercise, something like that. And yeah, I think that's good advice if that's what it means. But I don't know if that message sort of carries across like that, because when a confused young man hears the words "go to the gym," what do they think? What is the gym? I'm a bit sort of concerned by this sort of part of the expression. The gym, if you're a confused young man who doesn't really know much about working out, is probably the nearest commercial gym. What's the nearest commercial gym? It's probably not some sort of great place full of motivating sort of powerlifters who will welcome you into their community. It's probably, some sort of group, it's some sort of chain, basically. And when you go into this as a confused young man and you look at all the people around you, you might sort of very quickly realize that not many of the other people in there seem to know what they're doing either. Neither do you. No one seems to have a very clear plan of what they're doing. The exercises that people are doing are all in their comfort zone. Whenever I go to a sort of a commercial gym, a chain gym like this, I always see there's no one writing anything down. No one's keeping a record of what they're doing. Very few people seem to be working to some sort of program. And I think that if you're a confused young man, you're going to go into the gym, the nearest sort of chain commercial gym, whatever, 24-hour fitness, whatever. You're going to walk in there and you're going to be really, really confused. And it's not going to encourage you to do anything positive. You're going to sort of come out of there thinking, what is this experience? What are people doing here? And what am I supposed to do here? Who am I supposed to look to for inspiration in here? And particularly if you're sort of starting off and you don't have a lot of strength, you can find it intimidating if you do sort of stumble across a gym full of, I don't know, experienced bodybuilders and stuff like that. You'll be like, well, I don't belong here. I don't feel like I belong here. This is where I think that the advice needs to be changed. Don't focus on the activity of going to the gym. Focus on the activity of lifting weight, build strength, build muscle. Maybe those things are better advice than go to the gym. And I think that words do count, really, because the activity of going to the gym could be so, if you're a confused young man, it could be so off-putting that you might sort of think this isn't for me, and you might not go back. And I think that's not what you want to do. I think that it's more constructive to say, build muscle, lift weights, something like that. Now, if you are a confused young man and you've tried going to your local commercial gym and you didn't enjoy it, I've got a few tips for you. Basically, I'm going to take you through how I sort of first got started with, building strength, building muscle, and so on. And for me, that was literally, I would go to, I bought myself nothing but a set of resistance bands, very, very cheap. They cost very, very little. A set of resistance bands, and I went to the local park, and they had like a sort of pull-up bar, or like there was another park that had like a children's climbing frame that was very sturdy, with sort of monkey bars on it. And I sort of built my sort of strength up to be able to do my first pull-up. And that was such a big thing for me to be able to do my first pull-up. Then afterwards, we had the coronavirus, we had lockdown and stuff like that. And because of that, we couldn't go out and couldn't go to the park and couldn't use all the equipment and stuff like that. So I ended up starting to do pull-ups on like a door frame, basically, because I didn't have a pull-up bar at home or anything like that. I was living in rented accommodation at the time. And just doing that built so much muscle, because you don't know this as if you're a confused young man who's never been in the gym, but it doesn't take very much to get what they call newbie gains. And newbie gains are, you put on a lot of muscle from doing quite a little amount of work, basically, and almost anything will sort of put on these newbie gains. And you'd be very surprised with how much muscle you'll build. And I think you'll find that, if you take that kind of approach, you do just a little bit of stuff maybe at home first, and you build up the confidence. Then you can go to the gym, and you can already do a pull-up. I imagine you go to your local gym and you'll find a lot of people there that can't do pull-ups, despite the fact that they go to the gym, 2 or 3 times a week. A lot of them still wouldn't be able to do even 1 or 2 pull-ups. If you can go in there as someone who can already do 12 pull-ups or whatever, maybe you do some resistance band work, and maybe you also do some push-ups and stuff like that on the ground or whatever. You'll go in there and you'll be able to bench, a decent amount, whatever. You won't feel so intimidated. And then maybe in the process of doing all of these things, you'll be able to, in a very limited way, but still in a significant way, you'll be able to program things for yourself, because you've sort of progressed your way up to doing these very, very simple sort of strength goals. And you'll go in there not as a rank beginner, but as a sort of advanced beginner, a top level beginner, or even a very, very low, intermediate level of lifter. And I think that if you do that, you can get out of being in this sort of confused bubble, and the gym won't be so intimidating. Another alternative, this being UK home gym, is start creating a home gym for yourself, and, it doesn't need to be, I've said this before in different videos. If you sort of go into YouTube or whatever and start searching for home gym content, you're more likely to get, the most hits you'll find on any of these videos will be, these guys doing these home gym tours, and the home gym will be, it looks like an aircraft hangar, and it's full of all sorts of expensive and difficult to understand equipment. It doesn't need to be like that. I've got a video about how you can build a home gym for £600, and that would be a very good home gym for £600, but you could easily, and I've done an article on this on the website, ukhomegym.com. I'll leave a link maybe in the description below. You can build an all right home gym for £100. You can get, literally, you can buy a pull-up bar, put it in your house, and you will make a lot of gains on that. And I think that, it's a very viable alternative if you don't find that the commercial gym experience is for you. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on this debate. Maybe you have differing thoughts, or if you agree or disagree with me, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this matter. Yeah, please do check out our website, ukhomegym.com. Like, share, subscribe. That really helps me a lot if you were to do that. And yes, please do remember to subscribe and stay tuned. You'll see more videos on different subjects coming in the new year. Hopefully, something very interesting for you will be on the list. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time on UK Home Gym.